Welcome to the DSB video channel. This video is about the Consumer Data Standards GitHub repositories. In this video, several terms are used specific to this context. CDR, Consumer Data Right, CDS, Consumer Data Standards, DSB, Data Standards Body. The Data Standards Body develops the consumer data standards openly in collaboration with participants. The DSB chose GitHub as a platform for developing and publishing the consumer data standards because GitHub supports collaboration so effectively. GitHub also provides excellent version control for text documents. GitHub was developed for source code management in software projects, and its principal audience is software developers. The consumer data standards are developed as a group of text documents. Standards development workflow and management of the source text documents has a lot in common with managing software source code. GitHub keeps source documents in repositories. The consumer data standards are in the GitHub Consumer Data Standards Australia Standards repository. README documents displayed on the home page of the repository typically contain instructions and information on what you will find in the repository. It's a good idea to read the README first. The standards repository README document describes the intention of the repository and how the consumer data standards are developed and maintained. GitHub allows contributors to raise issues in a repository. Issues are a mechanism for discussing problems and proposed changes in the documents. The DSB creates decision proposals, noting papers, and design papers as issues in the standards repository. CDR participants can collaborate by commenting on the issues. The CDS architects and others can respond to the comments. Issues can evolve in response to comments. Participants can also collaborate by requesting changes. Change requests are raised as issues in the GitHub Consumer Data Standards Australia Standards Maintenance repository. The Standards Maintenance repository README document describes the intention of the repository and outlines the process of contributing suggestions and change requests. GitHub displays several tabs in a menu bar at the top of the screen. Code, the tab at the left, displays a list of the files in the repository and the contents of the README file. Code is the default tab that appears when you navigate to the repository homepage. Issues, second from the left, displays the issues contributors have raised on the repository. When you first move to the Issues tab, the filter is set to display only the open issues. GitHub shows the number of open and closed issues. If you're searching for issues that are not open, you have to modify the filter query. In the filter text box, delete the filter query to search all issues. To return to the default Open Issues filter, click the button labeled Clear Current Search Query Filters and Sorts. You can also add query text to the filter. For example, to search for open issues that mention authentication, type authentication after the Open Issues filter query. Issues display category and status labels to indicate information such as their industry sector and their current stage in the consultation process. You can filter on labels. Click the Labels drop-down button above the issues list to show available labels. Click on the label you want. For example, choose the industry banking label to choose only issues related to the banking sector. Note that the filter query text changes accordingly. You can filter issues by directly typing a filter query in the text box. For example, type label status open for feedback to see consultations requesting feedback. If you know the number of the issue you want, you can directly edit the URL. The noting paper, design paper, or decision proposal number is the issue number. For example, to go directly to DP338, go to the URL https github.com, Consumer Data Standards Australia, Standards Issues 338. So, after all that filtering, you've found the issue you want. The issue contains a description that summarizes the content. An issue may also contain an attached PDF document that fully describes the decision proposal, noting paper, or other document. The issue contains comments made by participants and DSB personnel. The issue description may change as the issue progresses. To follow the discussion and progress of the issue, read through the description and comments. To provide feedback on an issue, you can add your own comments to the issue. While comments are always welcome, feedback on an issue with status open for feedback can directly affect the outcome of a consultation. While it's primarily a platform for developing software, GitHub is also appropriate for developing text documents such as the Consumer Data Standards. GitHub provides an open and effective collaboration platform for managing consumer data standards consultations.